Gotta make sure I'm recording. That we are. All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is August, and if you clicked on this video, then I'm sure you can tell by the title, I am answering the questions that a few of you asked me in my other video just the other day. I put out an Ask Me Anything, and I asked you in the comments to ask me anything. So without further ado, we're just gonna go for it. I wanted to make this as authentic as possible. So I haven't gone on that video and read the comments in detail yet. They popped up on my phone throughout the week, and I saw, like the little alerts, like, oh, this person commented, and I saw the first couple lines, but I haven't read all the comments in detail because I want it to be as authentic as possible. So you can't see it, but my laptop is right in front of me, and I got my YouTube channel pulled up. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Bum, 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 B-roll music. 33 views 3 days ago. Okay. So we're just gonna go from the top. Matthew Sky 819. This was he looks like he just commented this 45 minutes ago. I enjoy your content as it shows you trying to better yourself every day. This resonates with me and likely many. Thank you, Matthew Sky 819. Even though it wasn't a question, I do truly enjoy those types of comments, because if you're a content creator like me, sometimes it gets difficult to wake up every day and make videos and make content, and it's just little comments like that that keep me going, and most likely the other content creators. So thank you, Matthew Sky 819. I hope you are bettering yourself every day as well. Okay, on to the next one. Jang29 or JAANG29. Hola from Miami, Florida, August. Blessings, palm tree. Jang, thank you. I've been to Miami once. It was totally fine. As you may know, I'm in Pensacola, Florida, so I'm about as far away from you as possible in the lovely state of Florida. But I hope you are doing amazing, Jang. Hello from Pensacola, Florida. On to the next one, and it looks like the first question. Trinity Smoot. What got you into film work, and how do you work on staying consistent and positive? Alongside, how do you come up with video ideas and keep things fresh and trendy while keeping it authentic? That is a very lovely question. Let's break it down. What got you into film work? So, if we want to go all the way back to when I was younger, I have an older sister who is 4 years older than me, and she had two of her best guy friends. Their names were Andy and Rich, and those two this was back when YouTube was just starting out, and like the age of videos coming out on the internet were just starting, and these two would come over and record themselves just doing stupid stuff and putting it on the internet. I remember watching a couple of their videos, like skateboarding around our town and like snow skating. If you don't know what snow skating is, check it out. It's like skateboarding / snowboarding in the snow. But I remember being interested in camera work back then. I never really did anything with it. But I do believe that that's kind of where it started. If we're talking new age stuff, it's definitely back in like 2017, and I've talked about this before. I've talked about this a million times. Peter McKinnon, Casey Neistat, Dan Mace, all those guys when they were blowing up on YouTube. Casey Neistat with his vlogs, and Peter McKinnon doing all of his cinematic tutorials and stuff like that. That's when I bought my first camera, and that's when I really kind of dove deep into creating little videos and taking photographs. How do you work on staying consistent and positive? I do pride myself in staying positive as much as possible. it's a mindset that has taken me a little bit of time to, let's say, conquer. I remember plenty of times in my past where positivity wasn't always there, but as I've grown up and as I've kind of changed my lifestyle, my outlook on life is wake up positive, go to bed positive, spend my day as positive as possible. You know, not everybody can do that every single day, and I can't do it every single day either. So staying consistent and positive. It's always mentally in the back of my head. Like if I feel myself kind of getting in a creative rut, or if I feel myself kind of getting in just any old rut, I kind of take a step back, maybe give myself a break, give myself grace, because I mean, life is difficult. It's not easy. So, and the whole staying consistent, it's really just getting on a schedule. I wake up at 4:05 Monday through Friday. Alongside, how do you come up with video ideas and keep things fresh and trendy while keeping it authentic? The back end of that question, staying authentic, is a major part of what I believe in when creating content. We live in a world where one video online can take off, and then you see hundreds of other accounts either repost that video or take their content and throw a spin on it. And though it's a little bit of a spin, it's really not their content. And that's the frustrating side of content creation. It kind of annoys me for the fact that social media algorithms can't distinguish that. Be authentic, create your own content, be original. How do I keep things fresh and trendy? I write a lot of stuff down, and I'll take a lot of inspiration throughout my life and try and just incorporate that into videos. I take my everyday situations and I try and make content out of it. But anyways, Trinity Smoot, thank you so much for the loaded question. I hope that answers your question, and I hope you're doing well, and I hope you live a lovely life. Onward. Mr. Connor Gwynn, where do you find the motivation to keep creating and posting? I go through waves of writing consistently, but then loses motivation or focus, or both. Finding the motivation to create and to keep creating and posting as frequent as I do, it comes down and it boils down to, I've wanted to do this for a very long time, and I have built this idea of like where I want it to go, this whole content creation, and deep down I truly believe that I can make this YouTube thing a full-time deal. So it's waking up every day and just turning on the camera and starting to talk to it, really. And though there's days where it's a lot harder, as soon as I sit down at my computer and I start editing that last footage, I get like the ball rolling again. So it's just continually putting yourself in the situation, putting myself in front of the camera, and that allows me to keep creating and keep posting as frequent as I do. Losing motivation and focus, Mr. Connor Gwynn, is just part of it all. There's many times that I've just sat down, started editing, and then walked away, and then I don't come back to that video for like a day, and it's very hard to get back in that rhythm of whatever it was. So in your case, you go through like waves of writing consistently, and then you lose motivation and focus. It's forcing yourself back into that position of writing, but doing it gracefully. And actually, now that I'm saying this out loud, I was just reading in my book last night, you have to change, if it's starting to get stale, you have to switch it up. So like, if you're a writer and you usually write fiction, you switch it up completely and you try writing nonfiction. Or if you're a short paragraph writer, switch it up by trying to write a long form paragraph. And it's the whole idea that you get stuck in this like one-way track and you're not letting your mind, your creative mind, expand. So maybe whatever you're doing with your writing, I'm not a writer, I wish I was, but maybe it's just going in a different direction for a little bit. Maybe it'll spark some more motivation or focus. Best of luck to you, Mr. Connor Gwynn. Mr. John Curtis, 5958. You have been a tried and true, I don't know if that's the correct term, but I can always count on you to comment on one of my videos. And they're always positive, so thank you so much. But you say, how do you find work there? What are your favorite things about Pensacola? If you are just watching my channel for the first time on this video, I am a full-time carpenter. Mainly a finished carpenter. I do a lot of trim work. I install doors and windows. I do big remodels and renovations for a contractor. I technically am a subcontractor, and so the contractor or this company that I work for contracts me out every single day. So it's just like I work for them, but I also have the freedom to do my own thing because I'm my own subcontractor. I always have work lined up, which is nice. And I love being a carpenter because I get to work with my hands. I'm constantly moving. It allows my creativity to flow. What are my favorite things about Pensacola? You know, the beach, you can't really beat it. It's got these crystal clear emerald waters. I love that I can wake up and not be freezing 85% of the year. It's like just the city of Pensacola is just big enough to feel like you can constantly keep yourself busy, but it's small enough where I don't have to worry about sitting in traffic for an hour like when I was living in Minneapolis. As much as I love Pensacola, I do seriously miss Minnesota, and I will be moving back to Minnesota in about 1.5 years, so I look forward to going back, but I will miss Pensacola. John Curtis 5958, thank you so much. I will see you probably on the next video. On to my next one. Nate Stuck. You go hand in hand with John Curtis with commenting, and you and I have kind of gone back and forth on commenting on each other's videos. I appreciate you, man. Seriously, you're like a content creator that has a similar mindset as me, and I can tell that you're driven. And I do fully plan on, after making this video, I'm gonna go watch your newest video, which is like 30 minutes long. I just haven't found time to go watch it yet, but I'm looking forward to that. First question, Mr. Nate Stuck. How does it feel to be able to cook burgers outside this close to December? It's great. And it's kind of funny because I would still cook burgers when I was in Minnesota in December, but it's like snowing out and it's freezing. It's just not as great. But yeah, I mean, cooking burgers in December is great, especially when you can be outside and not freeze to death. Nate Stuck, you got 2 questions here. I appreciate it. Your next one is, how did you start your YouTube journey? It's funny because I just look back at my YouTube channel history, and I guess I created my account in like 2000. I'm gonna mess this up, but I created this account back in like 2010, and I looked at my follower count and it was 0.0000000. And then August of last year, when I started kind of posting regularly, it went from like 2, 3, and now we're up to 508 at the time that I'm making this. But YouTube has always been a big goal of mine. I think that my bucket list that I made in 2017, I don't want to give away, what do you call that? I don't know. I don't want to give away my bucket list, but 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, it says start a YouTube channel. And that was August 3rd of 2017. So you could say that my YouTube journey started back in 2010 or 13, whenever it was that I created this channel, but really I think it started back in 2017 when I got really interested in the idea of creating a YouTube channel. And now we're here 7, 8 years later, and yeah, so that's my YouTube journey. Nate Stuck, thank you. As always, I'm sure you and I will keep in touch. And last but not least, Mr. Kyle M10. And it's funny because Kyle M10 was actually a very good he still is a good friend of mine. He was neighbors with my cousin growing up, and my cousin and I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and it was always fun because they were across the street from each other. They would set up an ice rink in their backyard, and we would go ice skating in their backyard. Anyways, besides the point, Kyle M., I hope you're doing swell. Sorry I couldn't be at your wedding this summer. My sister, as you know, was getting married on the same day. So yeah, anyways, let's get on with Kyle's. Do you have any video ideas for the future that are different than your normal vlogs? Great question, Kyle. Yes, I have so many video ideas stuck up in my head and written down in notebooks that I could probably create videos every day for the foreseeable future. But styles. I love these vlogs because I can get up and I can just be myself. There's also a side of me that wants to do like short stories or short films in a way. I would love to do that. I also have an idea for kind of like a podcast or a show that I would like to start maybe doing like once a week. So instead of maybe taking away a vlog and replacing it with this podcast / show, it would greatly benefit, I think, me and other creators because it would be some sort of collaboration thing. Other than that, I'm just gonna keep kind of creating what comes to my mind. I'm a big believer in not sticking to one thing. I think that you should venture out and kind of find what it is that you're passionate about. And with me, I'm kind of finding that I'm passionate about a lot of things. So I don't mind switching it up, and I fully do plan on switching it up. And I hope that everybody here is along for the ride. So everybody, Matthew, Sky819, Jang, Trinity Smoot, Mr. Connor Gwynn, John Curtis, Nate Stuck, and Kyle M. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for asking. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to doing another one at our next milestone. I'm gonna say it, 1500 is when we're gonna do the next Ask Me Anything. So look forward to that. Get those questions ready. I will see you on the next video. Peace and love.